Today on Along for the Ride, I'll be taking a drive over to the southern unit of the Kettle Moraine State Forest to the McMiller portion, and I will be hiking one of the cross-country ski trails, the Purple Trail, and it will be 8 kilometers of total fun. Come along for the ride. So I'm at the McMiller recreation area. It's in the southern unit of the Kettle Moraine State Forest. It's March 9th, and it's supposed to get up to 67 degrees. And I will be taking the purple route. Purple loop, 8 kilometers, so just shy of 5 miles. And you're supposed to walk these things clockwise. This is a cross-country ski area, and there's a biathlon course, because just down the road is a shooting range. So, and this is a warming house here, and also a big charcoal grill. They plan on some parties. So, let's get to this. That way. So the trail I'm on today is a ski trail, a cross-country ski trail. So my experience of the southern unit of the Kettle Moraine State Forest in Wisconsin is, if it's a cross-country ski trail, there's really not a lot of steep climbs, rocky areas. The trails are very well groomed, leveled, and wide. So even though it's 8 kilometers, it should be an easy hike. The terrain sure is nice. It's a windy day, and I do like the sound of wind through the pines. Now, today is Monday. It's 11:30 in the morning. And everything in me screams that I should be working. And I do have work to do. It's sitting back at the shop right now waiting for me. But I'm supposed to be slowing down. And after 25 years of going full steam ahead, slowing down is something that's actually I'm finding difficult to do. But I am trying. So I looked at the weather forecast. Even though today's Monday and the world thinks you should be working on Mondays, today's supposed to be a gorgeous day. And the rest of the week, the weather is going to be deteriorating. So, I thought to myself, how about you hop in the car, go for a half-an-hour ride, and stop off at a state park, hike for a couple hours, and then open up the tailgate of your car Have a picnic lunch consisting of a sandwich, a brownie, and some V8, and start to teach yourself how to slow down. The work will be there when you get back. So, I don't know, I'm probably a mile and a half in. The wind's gone. It's getting warm. It's still a cross-country ski trail, but I wouldn't want to ski up the hills that they have you skiing up. Wee vey. But then again, that's why I'm hiking, not skiing. Trails are nice. There were sections so far that were steeper than what I anticipated, but they weren't difficult. Just steeper. Such as this one. I know the video doesn't do it justice, but that's a pretty steep hill. So this bench obviously gets a lot of use. I gotta say, so far, this trail, I'm doing the purple trail, and it goes along with the other ones, is beautiful. I am partial to tall pines though. When I come around that last corner, I'm staying at the top of the hill, and I see this beautiful pine bed trail laid out before me. It's like, I think I will come back again this spring with a hammock, get to this spot, string up a hammock, and take a long nap. So down there is valley, marshland, pond in some years. That is called a kettle. And then you come up here to the ridge, and that's a moraine. And then you go over the ridge into another kettle. So the Kettle Moraine State Forest is about kettles and moraines. It's not about two guys named Kettle and Moraine. Just in case you wanted to know. Probably won't be able to notice them in the summer, but I've seen a couple of these so far along the trail. So the trail is very hilly. For so far, I'm at the halfway point. For a lot of the trail, it's hilly, steep hills. They're not treacherous, they aren't rocky, ankle breakers. They're just steep up and steep down, which in a Kettle Moraine area, I suppose one should expect that. Now this is neat. Not exactly sure what it is, but maybe there's some information on it somewhere. It almost looks like a CCC works from the 30s. Actually, this was part of an 1850s farm settlement, Stutes family, and this was the stone chicken coop. And this looks much older than the 30s. Much older, like a century. Oh, cool. There's a boot scraper. I'll see if I can go on the website and find out. This almost looks like it was a camp of some sort. And if I can find information about it on the website, they have little things for a nature trail, the little numbers. Interesting. And back to the trail. And this is where I turn off. If you want to do the blue route, then you just keep on going. And that's 11 kilometers, more than I'm doing today. I'm doing the purple route, so we go that way. And what's nice, it's a prairie. An actual prairie. So the walk gets a little easier for a while. So I got to walk up a what they call big hill here, and the benefit of that is now I get to walk down. Now at the beginning of the video I showed that there was a decathlon range here, so there is. Shooting range, do not enter. I won't. The trails are pretty well marked, and as you're going along, depending on what color trail you're on, they'll tell you how far you are. I'm 6 kilometers in to the purple trail, and MC8 is where we are at. And if you look for MC8, it's right there. So very well marked. Nice. So now we're going out of the woods and into the forest. Yeah, who knows what the difference is, but I like calling that stuff the woods, all the hardwoods, deciduous trees with all the leaves, and I like calling that stuff the pine trees with the pine needle beds. I like calling that forest. So I'm going with it. It's my walk. I'll do as I please. Into the forest. Oh, 7 kilometers. 1 kilometer to go. All in all, it's been a good walk, hike, whatever. a little bit more intense than what I envisioned, but without looking at a topo of the trail, who knew? And it's fine. Get the legs a better workout than what I anticipated today. And got to see a trail I've never seen before. I'll probably come back to this one. I love that sound. So this is the end of the purple loop. 8 kilometers. Roughly 65 or better degrees. Breezy, but not down in the woods. And there's the warming house that I started out at. I'm going to go inside and see if I can find some information on those old structures halfway through the trail. They were on the nature trail and they were numbered. So there might be some info inside. And I'll stop by the building at the entrance and see if maybe, just maybe, they have a printed map that has some info on it. I'd like to call this part of the video food for thought, or thought for food? I don't know. You decide. Anyways, here it is. So the hike is finished. It was a good hike. Like I said, a little bit more intense than what I anticipated, but it's still doable. Just more ups and downs. Kettle Moraine, I guess it makes sense. And now it's time for some lunch. Now, I like to do things a little on the frugal side. Not because I'm cheap. I'm not. I'm frugal. Cheap is when you don't buy stuff and cheat yourself. Or when you buy the cheaper thing that won't work and cheat yourself. That's being cheap. Now, frugal is something more like this. This is a third of a super large sub sandwich I got at Pick and Save. It was a woohoo deal. So it means they either need to sell it right then or throw it away, because it was near the expiration. So $4.50. This is a third of it. Can of V8. You buy them in a 24 pack and they're 52 cents a piece. A banana from Quick Trip, 39 cents a pound. You get about 4 of them for a pound. And last but not least is a fifth of a brownie that was also a woohoo deal at Pick and Save. $1.80 for the brownie that was split up into 5 sections. So less than $5 for sure. Probably less than 4. I have a really good lunch. And the trip was 30 minutes from home. My Subaru Forester gets between 30 and 35 miles a gallon. So this was an inexpensive, enjoyable day. And that's the way I like it. So thanks for coming along for the ride. See you next time.